Hello, WePut here with the latest bit of news to mean something to both the vegan and gaming community. As vegan gamers, it's something we felt we had to address because PETA has this habit of making people think all vegans are batshit crazy. The way they're doing that now is by asking Warhammer to stop using fur in their games. Alright, so earlier this week an article was posted on PETA UK's website in which they mentioned that they have written to Games Workshop CEO asking that the leading British miniature wargaming brand ban fur garments from all Warhammer characters.
Now, for those of you that don't know, Warhammer is a tabletop miniatures game, and there's also some video games based on this series. It takes place in a dystopian future circa 40,000, where certain groups are constantly at war. That is, this is a fictional series, the figures are made out of plastic, and no real fur is used anywhere in the game itself. PETA admits that while we appreciate that they are fictional, draping them in what looks like a replica of a dead animal sends the message that wearing fur is acceptable, when in fact it has no more place in 2017 than it would in the year 40,000. Okay, PETA, you don't like a bunch of fictional mass-murdering warmongers wearing fur pelts. Before I address that, let's talk about some other aspects of this game. This game features a god emperor of man encased in a throne that is kept alive by the daily sacrifice of thousands of lives.
Does Warhammer somehow send the message that this is acceptable? The game itself is about constant war. Does Warhammer send the message that constant war is acceptable? The past 8 or 16 years might have people thinking that way, but most people agree that war is generally a bad thing, if not unacceptable. Other things Warhammer includes are torture, genocide, and eugenics. I doubt Warhammer is sending the message that any of those things are acceptable either. Why? Because it's a fucking game, it's not real! Now, let's assume PETA took this position because they're also against faux fur, because they believe it makes people think it's okay to wear normal fur. Here at WePut, we don't hold this belief, but we understand why some people might. So we decided to check PETA's position on faux fur by going to their website.
Lo and behold, they have a pretty damn reasonable stance on it. They get that it doesn't harm animals, so why focus on fictional fur in a fictional game universe? It's probably some nonsense PETA cooked up to get publicity, because PETA loves publicity almost as much as they love sexualizing women in their ad campaigns and making vegans look batshit crazy to the general public.
Chickens? Why, those poor little birds live shitty-ass lives before being hauled off in hellish fucking trucks to clusterfucks known as slaughterhouses, where they're killed by turd-faced asshats who have no sense of decency. And their legs and wings are served at dumb fuck football parties who wouldn't know good flavor if it bit them in the chode.
Don't be stink, go vegan.
You heard the little fucker.
They think that writing such a ridiculous article will get people talking about real fur and help the cause. People continuing to think vegans are batshit crazy because of them is just acceptable collateral damage. It's not. Real fur is a problem, and hella fucked up. Graphic footage incoming. You choose to support it, you're an asshole. Fictional fur, who cares? You choose to support it, who cares? No one was harmed because it isn't real. PETA, please stop. Focus your efforts on real fur. So tell us, what are your thoughts on this? Is complaining about fake fur ridiculous, or do you feel that even though it's fictional, it does affect our attitudes about it in real life? Leave a like and comment down below, and if you like this type of content, be sure to let us know by subscribing.
WePut out.
As a quick update, we saw that PETA put out an article shortly after their Warhammer fur ban fiasco, basically stating that it was done on purpose to ruse people into visiting their website and increase traffic. After hearing this, I honestly cannot be sure whether they're just trying to cover themselves for the ridiculous campaign, or if their marketing department knows what the public thinks of them all too well and use that to their advantage. Regardless, even if it was just used as clickbait, it does nothing more than make people distrust them. The fact that they can't find better ways to get people to visit their site outside of making fun of themselves says a lot. Hopefully some good did come of this, and more people ended up seeing the real-life cost of fur. But I also hope that this didn't just push more people away than it took in.